everyone, welcome to Chaudhary Data World channel. Today I am here with 6 new DAX functions. Those belongs to count group, in which we will be watching the functionalities like count, count A, count AX, count blank, count rows, and then count X. So let's get started with the video. First we will see all these 6 functionality in theoretical form. Then we will jump to Power BI to discuss how we can perform the same on the real scenarios. For that, we are having this count column.
That is, suppose you are having count function which is expecting only one parameter, that is column. So whenever you pass any column to this count DAX function, it will just count the rows whatever it is on into that column, and it will give you a result in the format of whole number. But this is only specified for specific data types, like it may be integer data type, or it may be text data type, or it may be date time data type, but it is not valid for the Boolean data type. For that, we are having another count function, DAX function, that is count A, which support all the things which is supported by this count DAX function, up and including this Boolean data type. It can suppose your column is having Boolean data type into it, so it will be able to count that rows also. After that, we are having count AX. So this count AX, if you are aware of the table and expression thing from past videos, so it is something like that, that if suppose you are having a count AX applied over somewhere, which will be expecting two input or two arguments as a parameter over here. So those are the table. The table can be in any form. That means it can be into the basis of some logic the table is getting created, or if the table is pre-existing into the DB, so that also can be provided over here. And another one, the expression is nothing but whatever you will pass, whatever column name you will pass over here, that particular column will be taken out from this table, and that whole column, it will be accountable for the giving the result. That means whatever rows it is into that particular column in this table which is highlighted over here, it will take you to it will result in that particular means column value, means it will be a rows number, whatever rows number it will be containing, it will give you into that. After that, this count blank. This count blank also expect only one parameter, that is column parameter. That means whatever column you need to consider, you can pass over here in count blank. It will count whatever blank cells are into this whole column, because in column we can have some rows into it which will be blank over there. To count that blank rows into the in some particular column, we are having separate DAX function, that is count blank. Again, count rows is over here. So it is the difference between count, which we saw at the first, and count rows is only one difference, that it is a specific to particular column, but this count rows is specific to table. That means you need to pass table over here, and whatever overall row value it is containing, but that means overall whatever row numbers it is containing, it will just give you that value as an output. That, and at last we are having COUNTX, which is here you saw that it was count AX. Here you are watching this COUNTX. Difference between count AX and COUNTX is that this particular count AX will be considering Boolean data type also, but this COUNTX will exclude Boolean data type. That means it will only be considering dates or string data type. It will not be considered for Boolean data type. Hope these all 6 are now clear to you on theoretical level. Now let's jump to Power BI, and then we'll be watching real demonstration that how we can apply over in data set. So first we will apply count. For that we will be navigating to this table tools in this data view. Under that we will be clicking on new column so that a calculated column can be created. If you are not aware of calculated column or calculated measure, you can check out that video as well. For this, I will be renaming this column as column underscore count. Which is expecting only one argument into it, so that is column name. Any column name you can provide. Suppose you want to count the rows whatever containing CT column into the fact table. I will just pass over here and then I will click on OK. You can just see that whatever row value, that means whatever number of rows it is containing, it will give you that one. 3959 is the rows what is over present into this CT column into fact table. Now let's navigate to another DAX function, that is count A. So let me just pass this boolean data type which is it into column AND, correct? This column AND is having boolean data type into it. Let me just pass boolean data type over here and see what happens if it is count DAX function applied. Click on enter. You can see that it is throwing you an error with having the message as the function count cannot work with value of type boolean. That means to deal up with this boolean data type, and if you want to count the rows whatever it is into this boolean data type column, you need to apply one another DAX function that is the next DAX function count A. So we will pass count A over here. You will be watching that it will now be giving you the desired result. You can see that it is giving you the output without having any error. Similarly, if you want to let me first take you to this count blank uh, uh, DAX function. After that we will watch this count rows and then COUNTX, then COUNTX. So count blank, if suppose you are passing over here, it is also expecting only one column, and let me provide over here another column, that is suppose category column. We need to just check if suppose any row in category column is blank or not, and if it is blank, how many rows are blank over there. So it will give you that count over into this as the result. So when we will click on enter, it is giving you nothing, right? That means it is blank. So it is as per the documentation of Microsoft that whenever suppose you are having no any blank into that particular column, with that means there is no rows which is blank into that column, it will give you blank value into it. So it is giving you blank. Blank means 0. That means there is no any uh, blank rows into this category column. Now let's go to COUNTROWS. Now we will be creating again a new column. This new column we will rename it as COUNTROWS. For that we are having again a new DAX function COUNTROWS, which is expecting a argument that is table. It is an optional argument. You can provide or you can't provide this argument to it. If you will simply call this function and if you will click on enter, whatever in data view it is right now considered of, by default, it will give you that value into this particular column. That means as of now, it is fact table in front of us. It will give you whatever data it is containing this fact table, whatever number of rows it is containing this fact table, it will be as the output over here. And if suppose you want to pass some other column, other table also, if we would have been some other table into this data view, then we would have passed that particular table into it, and you would have also got that result. That means whatever number of rows it may be containing, it would have given you. But for now, let me pass only fact table over here. That means it will count whatever number of rows into fact table, and it will give you that particular result. So it is 3959, correct? Now let's go to COUNTAX and then COUNTX. The only difference is this COUNTAX will be taking care of blank prose also, sorry, Boolean data type column also, and this COUNTX will be only considering dates, string, these type of data types, no, but not the logical values, that is Boolean data type. So let me let me create a new column over here. With having name column underscore count x. Now we will pass this count x as the DAX function over here, in which it wants expression. So suppose if you are passing only fact table without having any specific table, that means you can go ahead and apply some logic to extract out a smaller table from the fact table. That means if suppose there is sales column over here, and if you want to filter that, for that we will apply filter condition over here, which is expecting a table again. So you can pass table and then filter expressions. Filter expression may be sales table, sorry, sales column. And in sales column only, you are only bothered for the sales value which is greater than 1000. Now if this particular statement will give you, a new table which will be containing sales value only greater than 1000. Then this is a table which is now as the first argument, and then expression it is asking for. So expression we can give, suppose we are having sales column over here, so for which we want to just count on the rows and get as the output. So we will click on OK again, which will give you the desired result, that how many number of rows it is into this particular table, the table which is having sales value greater than 1000. So it is only having 177 rows which is having sales value greater than 1000. Hope you are getting it. Now it is count AX we are having. Count AX again, you can see that if instead of this sales, if you will consider any another column if or column not, both all these columns are of Boolean data type. If you want to pass these particular columns, you can go ahead and then pass similarly as you have passed into COUNTX, we have passed right now. Similarly, you can play around with this COUNTAX for these Boolean data type columns. So that was all about this video, and hope you found this video helpful. If it was helpful to you, kindly like to the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching the videos. Stay tuned to the channel for upcoming DAX functions.